And I'll be honest, my wins here for this team is heavy wishful thinking. I mean, come on. Really? Like, I'm sorry. Again, I'm not sorry. It just sounds better when I say it. And let's talk about the Brett Frood comments, because obviously now this podcast battle, and Pat Gregoire might not even recognize this. I found it out this morning. Teddy Jenner tried to do the Lord's work and asked Brett Frood on OTCB, co-hosted by Pat Gregoire. Teddy asked Brett Frood about the Philadelphia Wings, to which Brett Frood basically did give him an answer. That's fine. Well, he then goes on Lacrosse Classified, and Jake Elliott tees him up. Here was the quote that I got from that. I will not play it. I did not have time to ask Jake if I could play the quotes. I will read it to you now, the things that I got from it, okay? So, Jake mentioned that Philadelphia Wings are a blue blood, and again, we're going to get to the season preview as well, but this is also a glaring thing behind the scenes in Philadelphia, okay? And I reported to you guys almost a year ago, maybe a little bit less than that. I said on this very show that Joe Tsai was funding the Wings, and the reason they were leaving is because the Wells Fargo Arena is a packed mother freaker, okay? That was too much of an... I won't ever say that again, but that was borderline. That was borderline PG-13, okay? Jake was talking about the Blue Blood franchise. Brett Frood basically said, well, that's a lot of rumors there, like regarding like whether the Wings would leave or whatever. He said, with Philadelphia specifically, flagship team intertwined into our league's history. He then talked about like the Hall of Famers that the team has. I also had Kevin Finneran on the show a couple of times. That was awesome. Brett Frood said, our biggest challenge with Philadelphia is Wells Fargo's arena, the second busiest arena in North America behind Madison Square Garden. He talked about the scheduling of that arena and how he said, look at their scheduling this year in Philadelphia. He said it's a problem. It's hard. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got a bunch of teams moving in and out, a bunch of concerts, etc. Okay. He then said the venue ecosystem has caused headaches for us. It does not diminish how hard that organization is working, how passionate those fans are, which I'm sorry, I'm calling horse crap on that. It does not diminish how hard the organization is working, how passionate those fans are, and their desire from a league perspective to continue having a team there. I'm calling horse crap on the fans, and I'm going to say it this way. Now, Philly fans, you are the loudest, most ignorant people sometimes. You're also loyal, and I respect you. You have not showed up, point blank, period. And I'm not going to use this to attack the fans, but and again, they have had a history of having loyal fans. But part of the reason they are leaving the new barn is because the fans have not packed the arena. It's been a laughing stock at this point, okay? That is undeniable. And if teams are going to work, I get it. There's a handful of fans that are going to be very vocal, and you deserve to be because you're boots on the ground. And that's awesome. Unfortunately, the majority of Philadelphia seems to not care. And that's just me being honest. And it sucks. Philadelphia is doing the same thing with like their like arena, because then they're bringing the WNBA team. Listen, I have been a big fan of WNBA, and I'm so angry. I'm so angry because I'm like, I believe the NLL is a way better product in comparison to the NBA. I'm not saying WNBA is still not a good product. I'm saying the fact the Wings are going to suffer makes me so angry. But that's also not a media deal, etc., which I've also said for weeks on end that is a problem in the NLL. If there's no extra money and you're selling cheap beer, but a local country singer might have higher ticket prices, and that does suck. Let's now go back on the field. Let's talk about what the players can control. I believe this team, whether they win or lose games, now needs a Brennan O'Neill breakout. I'm going to put faith that it can happen. I'm not going to predict it. When are we going to get Deacan Knott? Deacan Knott is one of the best young goaltenders in the league, in my opinion, and he's been sitting behind Nick Demude. I like Nick Demude. I thought he was really good for Panther City. I think Deacan Knott has a higher ceiling. When does Deacan Knott come in? And unfortunately, if Deacan Knott does come in, it means you're losing games regardless. I will predict, and it's kind of like not really a bold one here, I think Joe Rez is going to go ballistic again. I think we'll see 40-plus goals from him. We might get 50. I think Joe Rez is going to have a great year in Philly. It won't mean much. I think the Wings finish 5-13. I think they have 2 home wins. I think they win versus Georgia in the home and home there. I think they win versus Toronto on March 29th. I also think they get 3 road wins at Ottawa, at San Diego, and at Oshawa. 5-13. That's, I mean, I don't see a scenario where they get over 6. 6 is pushing it. Anything over that, you are absolutely predicting a Brennan O'Neill breakout year. Because, again, Nick Demude is not a slouch. They've got some decent defenders. But they will be bad this year. Unleash the Deacan Knott. Yes! I love that. Oh, I like this one. Hey, Tom Schreiber, I love you. But Joe Rez might be taking the mantle, at least for this year. And then Vegas. Pat, you did say that on Friday that Vegas might trade for Demude and not becomes Philadelphia's number 1. Again, I don't know when that happens. We'll have to see. I think Wings are going to suck. I don't like saying that. Again, when they have Joe Rez, Deacan Knott, and Brennan O'Neill, who I love, I hate saying it, I'm also not going to try to be wrong. Where do you guys think they finish? And better yet, the better question, how many wins do you think they get? I'll probably ask that on social media.